Howdy folks, this is Checkers back again with another episode of our Divinity Original Sin 2 Let's Play, this time with episode 23. And I think we're going to try and draw the series to a close. It breaks my heart, but frankly, not many folks are watching it, and I've spread myself, once again, just a little too thin. So, let's continue on here with Trompe-l'oeil's Vault, and we will see if we can't at least get to the point where we can escape the island. First things first, it's always nice to say hello when you drop in for a visit.
The deity's head and hands are missing, severed as if by a sword. You can't tell if this was meant to be symbolic somehow, or a mere act of vandalism.
There's something strange about this statue. Let's look it over with great care.
As you take in its chiseled details, you have a vision. The statue comes to life and embraces you awkwardly with its broken arms. Unable to resist, you're flown away into an endless dark.
That shrine seems to have brought me here. What is this place?
Well, let's find out. Curious. Something up ahead.
You walk towards the figure on the dais, but wisps of mist start to cloud your vision. With each step, the mist gets thicker, hiding the figure from sight. You see a shape through the fog. Reaching out, you touch the figure. It turns, and you see your mother. She smiles warmly, laying her hand on yours. "My child," she whispers, "my child."
We'll grasp her hand, a lump in our non-existent undead throat. It's been so long.
She squeezes your hand gently, her claws gently resting on your bone, and tells you how much she's missed you.
Wait a minute.
Your skull is filled with a sense of home, the sounds of a babbling brook, the feeling of a youth spent playing in the fields. You shake your head, your mind stumbling. Your childhood was nothing like that. "Hush, child," your mother whispers, her scaled hand squeezing yours. "It's okay. You're home now, home with me."
Jumping back, we notice that Mother didn't have any scales.
"No, I suppose she didn't," the woman sighs, stepping towards you. She begins to melt away before your eyes, disappearing with each step like smoke on the breeze, until there's nothing left. You're left standing on the cold, glowing cobbles. As the mist clears, you see a new figure before you, a figure you know well from temples. Before you stands the goddess Amadia.
What are you doing here? And for that matter, what am I doing here?
I am here to meet you, just as you are here to meet me. Please forgive my little deception, but I feared you might not be quite what you seemed. These are dangerous times.
Uh-huh.
The void creeps ever closer, my child. Even here, even in the Hall of Echoes, I cannot be sure I am safe.
I thought the void was a force of unthinking destruction. You make it sound like it has a plan.
It does. There is an intelligence guiding that darkness. We seven stood united against it once. We were always able to push it back. But alas, now...
She turns and gestures to the scene behind her. Down below, you can see the 6 other gods fighting, clawing at each other, everyone desperately trying to get the upper hand.
What's happened? Have they been corrupted by the void?
No, my child. It is perhaps worse. They have been corrupted by their own vanity, by the pettiness of the mortals they crafted. For the void has spread everywhere, from empires to hamlets, from kings to peasants. It corrupts all things. I had hoped they would be spared from its ravages, But alas, the other 6 were too close to their creations. I fear it is too late for them, for us. But you, my child, you are as removed from the other races as I. You are pure. You can be my champion.
Champion? What do you want me to do?
You have been lost for so long. I will give you direction. I will guide you. But first you must return to the world and escape these swamps. Although you will not return unchanged. As your first step towards righting the wrongs of this world, I grant you my blessing.
Amadia stretches out her hand, and you feel a warm glow spread through your bones. You feel not whole, but closer to it, as if a new corner of your spirit has been unlocked.
You may have noticed I have tried to help you on your journey, that I can bless the very water beneath your feet. Now you have that power for yourself. And this is only the beginning. More and greater powers await you, if only you will seek them. And seek them you must. But before you begin, a word of warning. I gather that you travel with a pack of others.
Yes, that's true. I have found companions.
It is only natural. Undeath can feel rather lonesome. But you must be wary. Some of these creatures are more dangerous than they seem. They are God-woken, the chosen champions of the other 6 gods. And then there is the one you know as Losa. She is something else. Something wicked. You must beware of her above all others. For they will all walk the same path as you, but they cannot be allowed to reach its end. You must be the one. Only one of our people can wield this power. Only you.
She lays her hand on your skull, and you see it clearly. The others, the gods, Amadia, and you. You are her chosen. You are her God-woken.
So go forth into the world with my blessing, dear one. Heed my words and go.
Well, that happened. Sabine?
Sabine is pensively tracing a new name on her arm. Gilded letters in an ancient alphabet.
That looks painful. Are you okay, Sabine?
Sure, it's nothing really. My own name. A little gift from Tirsan Dilius. Leave it to a god to be overly dramatic.
Why would he write your name on your skin?
Must be a celestial party game. Or maybe he wanted to teach me a lesson. If the latter, he has much to learn.
Okay, well. Still have a force field, but there is a handy lever. And, oh, we need to get back with the group. Okay. And where are we? Oh. So we came in right here. Okay. And we will head back to Amadia's sanctuary. A bit wiser and a bit better armed than when we left. Let's get everybody on up. And in we go. Now, we promised Gratiana that we would bring her her soul jar, so let's go talk to her.
And? Have you found them? Did you bring the soul jars?
Pull the jar you found from your pack and show it to her.
She stops dead as you pull the jar out of your backpack. Her voice trembles as she speaks.
You entered the vault. You, please, give that to me. Give it to me now.
Ask why this jar has her name inscribed on it.
It matters not. All that matters is that you give it to me.
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe and sound.
Hand the relic to the priestess.
She reaches greedily for the jar, tearing the cap off. You see a green glowing light emerge from the jar, enveloping Gratiana.
By Armadia, I feel wet. Oh, goddess, I can feel your tears upon my face.
What happened to you?
I suppose you deserve to know. Before I knew Armadia's grace, I was a very different person. I was the concubine of Brachus Rex.
Oh,
But more than his lover, I was his partner. I discovered his power to feed on the source of others, and I allowed it to... No, I made it happen.
we'll quietly let her tell her tale.
As his strength grew, so too did mine. There is nothing you cannot do when you sit on the lap of a powerful king. And I did it all. But power changes a man, as he changes his nation. Brachus grew paranoid, angry, murderous.
It must have been frightening to see him change like that.
I tried not to see it. I told myself it was fine, that the stronger he became, the stronger I was. What stupid lies. I gave him more and more, trying to win him back to me. I offered him the source of whole villages. He devoured them and demanded more. The lands outside were once green and beautiful, until I came, until I turned them over to him. Now all's poison, and the dead are restless.
Whatever crimes you've committed in the past, you certainly seem to be making up for them now.
Armadia is merciful in her love. I found this shrine while hunting a band of wizards. I found the goddess weeping for her children, and I wept too.
Resting a hand on her shoulder, we say, we're glad she found her way.
She pauses for a moment. If she had eyes, you're sure she'd be wiping them.
Through Armadia, I saw my sins, and I could bear it no longer. I threw myself from the cliff at the entrance. I tried to rid the world of my evil, but Brachus would not allow it. He brought me back from the Hall of Echoes, locked my soul away, and demanded my obedience. Even in death, he commanded me.
How did you escape?
Only when 2 source hunters ended his curse was I free. Since then, I have returned here and spent centuries trying to heal the pain I've caused. And now...
She drops the now empty soul jar to the ground, smashing it to pieces with her foot.
You have my thanks, brother.
Reach out and squeeze her tight. Thank you for your tale, and for trying to live a good life.
She starts to speak, but chokes back a sob instead.
Thank you. I can't... I've never known such kindness. Thank you for everything. May you walk forever in Armadia's grace.
Okay, well,
Keep your wits about you, Leia. We need
Divine blessings. It's good to see Gareth safe
Thank
and
you.
sound.
You were missed.
it's an interesting helm. Let's grab that in case someone needs it.
Soon we'll be done here. Proud to
And
have you at my side. I
in
honor
order
serve
to
you, sir.
get us more quickly off the island, we will bypass a step or two.
Blessed
Let's
Armada,
see.
grant these soldiers your protection.
Oh yeah.
I pray you will strengthen their
Oh.
spells and set their blades
12.
aflame. I pray
Intelligence
you will bless
11.
their armor,
It's peaceful
so
here,
no
but I'll
curse
not
may
be
pass
sorry
them.
to see the back of these swamps.
I pray you see them safe. I pray this in your name.
There we go.
Did you see?
Okay, let's
Gareth's
find Gareth,
He's here to take us home.
the Wanderer.
Chin
I can
officially
stand.
up, Sir Gareth.
I'm healed.
There he is.
What word do you bring?
Okay. Well, we'll tell Gareth about our visit to the Hall of Echoes, taking care not to reveal too much about our true nature.
You have spoken to a god?
Apparently.
Gareth stares intently, not so much at you as through you.
Yes, I see something there. And something else besides. But it's not for me to say. I must get you to Malady. She will know. She was imprisoned on the Lady Vengeance, one of the few of us not left to rot on the sand and sun. All the more vital we take the ship from the Magisters. Godwoken.
Inform Gareth we managed to find a wand that will see the Shriekers dead.
I had no doubt. You bring me hope, sorcerer. I'll gather the other seekers and travel to shore. Meet us there as soon as you can.
Gareth's
On our
voice
way.
echoes throughout the enclave with such command it could rouse a fawn to action.
We move, seekers. Now is the time to resist. The Lady Vengeance will be ours.
Okay, and we leveled, so let's take a look. Got 3 points to spend. We'll go finesse. And I'm gonna go with a point in wits. Finesse and wits. Across the board. Come back. And let's see. Huntsman base 2. Necromancer 2. Eothurge. Okay. We will put 1 in Huntsman for everyone. Everyone has 1 left except for Fane. Alright. And now, normally I would say we'd spend some time here cleaning out the remains of the sanctuary because a few things are left behind. But as we are on our way to expedite our journey, and we're just going to get to the point where we're going to
The
leave the
goddess's
island.
tears still stream freely, but an aura of
We won't actually leave the island. Hello, marshes. No. Looks like we haven't been there yet. Okay, well, we're going on foot then. So, it may just be that not many folks are watching because Divinity Original Sin 2 isn't out on console yet, so I'm going to leave us the option to pick up the series again if it turns out that later on folks are interested again. So we'll win our fight that wins us freedom, but we won't quite leave the island, because there are some very interesting places that we are going to walk by. Oh, you guys are getting quick. No, actually we don't want to go that way. We're going to pass by this. So, here we are. Everybody up. Oh boy. There we go. I swear they have to negotiate who's going to go up the vines sometimes. Okay. We can do ourselves one favor before we go.
Frozen ground in the middle of a swamp. What's going on?
Let's come over here. I need to check something quick. Okay.
A winter dragon. What on earth is it doing chained up here?
Let's find out.
The dragon rakes the earth with icy claws. Quakes from the impact knock you back.
Okay, that's cold.
My thanks.
You're very welcome.
The freed dragon looks sick and pale. As you approach, he stretches his tattered wings weakly and fixes his intense gaze upon you. Frozen tears glint in his eyes.
My gratitude for your efforts, friend. Yet I am no more free now than I was in those chains. Please, help me find true liberty, or sing me to the endless slumber. But of course, that must be why you stand before me. Slain called to the Lord of Death, and here you are. A coincidence?
It is a coincidence. I am not the Reaper.
My fate, it seems, is not my own to call. My soul is bound to joyless obedience. Purged of my source by the wickedest of witches, I stand in thrall to her every whim. She has only to command, and my traitorous body complies.
Is there any way I can help you?
That you would even ask such a question of a stranger already in your debt. There is much goodness within you, but this task would not be easy. Rebecca is a canny one, cat to your mouse. She consumed all my source with her purging wand. So long as she holds it, she has absolute control over me. If you could retrieve it for me, I could be free again.
I'll get your wand back.
You would have my gratitude, and whatever aid I could then offer to you.
Okay, in the interest of that, I am going to separate out Checkers and leave everyone else here to freeze. And we are going to take a very brief detour because it will help us in our upcoming battle. And if we ever do return, we will take another look at this. Okay, this is a travel point, but we don't want to travel. We want to go in here. Okay, and that's gonna leave a mark. Let's kind of walk out of the fire there. There we go. Ish. Okay, I think we can kind of bypass this, but the problem is there are more up here. Better to just deal with them now. Let's take a quick scoot through the flames. And okay, there's some poison up here. We'll just stand here for a moment and get a little bit of healing going. Okay. Now, this can be a very lucrative and interesting fight. But it doesn't need to be. This is Rebecca the Witch. we are just going to take that wand.
Perfect.
You may recall that earlier a rat informed us of the sense of life and death. And a black rose. That was the other thing in her pocket. Of course, if you do combat with her and defeat her, she has even more interesting things. But for now, we just want to work our way out. We're going to let that poison dissipate before we get right next to the fire. Okay, and out we go. Okay, and back to our new friend and our old and frozen friends, who are chilled. Movement speed minus 35%, dodging minus 30%, water resistance minus 20%, air resistance minus 10%, and fire resistance plus 10%. Okay, let's rejoin the group and talk
You see
to
a glimmer of
Slane.
hope flicker across Slane's eyes as he notices your approach. It's quickly doused with the practiced scowl of the oft disappointed.
Have you brought it? Or am I to remain a slave?
Here's your wand.
Slane rears back in eagerness, grasping the purging wand with razor-sharp claws. Before your eyes, the source from within the wand surges into his draconic form, filling him with a light so bright that you must shield your eyes from the glare. The blazing brightness dies down. Squinting, you now see no dragon before you, but the figure of a handsome lizard. A handsome lizard with the same eyes as Slane. His eyes still blaze, a piercing silver. A triumphant smile dominates his face as he bows extravagantly before you.
Slane. At your service.
Your sterling eyes are quite remarkable, unlike any I've ever seen.
All like me have such eyes. With them, I see spirits. Not a blessing on this haunted island. You are lucky not to see the desperation that lies before me.
We were happy to aid you. No one should remain falsely imprisoned.
If everyone thought like you, this vile place would be little more than a sunny island. Perhaps before we are done, we can return it to such a state. Knowing such a steadfast and noble soul offers help to those in need gives me great comfort. I'd like to offer you the same. When you are truly at a loss, when you have no choice but to back down or perish, you will find safety in my shadow. This, I promise.
Thank you, and be well.
All of my thanks are yours, and yours alone. Farewell, my friend.
Slane smiles at you and turns to leave. He takes no more than a few steps before he shimmers out of lizard form, blurring in midair back into a majestic dragon that soars away.
Okay. Some very promising items. Okay, let's take that. We will, of course, equip this lovely new crossbow, which means we're going to pass on down the line. Sabine is good. We'll trade this to Losa. And hard to say. Let's leave Fane with his. Now, as for the amulet, it is a bit more armor. Let's give Sahelia's crest to Fane. And we can't use that armor. So now, let's be on our way. As the day progresses. Oh.
Such barbarism. What happened here?
The Seeker's head twitches upwards as you approach. His eyes open a fraction. He struggles to focus his gaze upon you. A low moan escapes his cracked lip. His eyes close, and his head sags forward. An old elf's pained gaze passes between the crucified. Anger bubbles within him. He seems on the brink of tears of rage.
Dear ones, not like this. Not like this. Not like this.
Did you know these people?
They're as good as my family. But I cannot heal them. I cannot heal them. So much pain.
It might be better to put them out of their misery.
But they're still inside. They're true souls. Uncorrupted. I feel them still. I see them still. And yes, I know full well what they'll become. And I know full well they'd rather die 1,000 deaths than be used in such ways.
What do you mean? What's the worst fate?
They're called Shriekers. Upon sight they blast passers-by with swords so powerful none can withstand it. Instant death, that is guaranteed. Where you find Shriekers, you can trust the Divine Order is hiding something they desperately want to keep private. Fate of my dear ones proves there must be some such thing on this very island. Stay away from Shriekers if you want to live. I know not how much longer my friends here have.
Your
We
eyes
seem to
brim
have
with
missed
inquiry,
our
so ask.
chance to talk about this, so... But we're not going to leave this. Alright. Now, we have another travel point here.
Blood and carnage. The Magisters didn't spare a single
We'll
seeker.
find them, or we'll find another way.
Okay, and it as is here.
I found something.
We are going to press our space-time key, and we'll check this out. And we are going long.
You found the supplies. The Magisters aren't as thorough as I
We'll find them,
presumed.
or we'll find another way.
We'll just pop that on open with our bony fingers. Let's see. We'll take the staff. And of course we're overloaded. Two-handed axe, healing potion, gold, venom rune, fire arrow, resurrection scroll, fortify scroll. Okay, let's move this to Losa, Feign. Guess we can take a look at what we picked up. Dark Rainbow, 24 to 29 poison, nice. And Machete, 17 to 20 physical, +1 strength, +1 single-handed. Those can be handy if you need to pass a strength bonus. Keep a one-handed or two-handed strength weapon, whichever has the better strength bonus in your inventory. Alright, let's talk to Sir Gareth.
You've come. Lucian be praised.
Gareth glances over his shoulder, and his voice tightens.
The Shriekers keep watch, and their gaze isn't the only one we should avoid. The murderer is here. Alexander.
Where is Alexander?
The butcher's in the ruins, beyond the Shriekers. And he's not alone, as well he wouldn't be. The Order keeps its Godwoken leashed.
Show Gareth the Purging Wand. We're ready to take care of the Shriekers.
If I didn't know better, I'd think the gods themselves were your counsel.
Well...
He reaches for the wand, but pulls back before touching it.
Would that I could aim this wand at Alexander myself, to bleach his soul and sear his skin. No. This thing was birthed from a wicked era. What would Lucian say, seeing me confront one evil with another? Go. Take down those Shriekers.
Okay, so... let's go down here very, very, very carefully. I need to see the
I'm guessing that's one of those shriekers.
arc of their...
Whatever it is,
Okay.
it looks dangerous.
I'm gonna break loose. Try and get a little closer without getting...
I see flurries
Finished.
and the air thrums. Could it be slain? Look, it's him! He has come, true to his word.
Yes, he has. Okay.
Praise be! You have silenced the Shriekers and cleared our way. Yet it seems I'm in need of you again, my friend.
Really?
You have any more miracles in you?
Maybe. My strength only grows. We crave battle.
We've got a boat ready to row to the Lady Vengeance. But if Alexander sees us bobbing among the waves, we'll be shark chow. So we split up. I take the Seekers to the Lady Vengeance. You go to the ruins and keep Alexander busy. He'll be expecting a breeze. Show him that you're a hurricane. Are you ready? We've got right on our side. A greater ally than any sulking Geist or any whinging Magister.
We're ready.
Seekers, we move. You are Lucian's eyes and ears. You are his sword and his shield. Burn the blackness with your holy fire!
Okay, great speech. Now, we need to use Feign. Just need to clean up a bit. Okay, we're gonna come down here. We're gonna press our space-time key again. And let's see. What we really need Feign to do is clear this area right here. Okay, and that's still cursed blood, so we'll still have to be careful. Okay, good. Now let's break Sabile off, and then we're gonna break everybody up here. Checkers, we'll put you here. Losa here. And Feign here. Sabile stealth. And we're gonna try and poach us
Void woken nearby.
a
Stay ready.
Geist.
A pity they didn't just listen. All this could have been averted.
Okay.
Keep a lookout.
Well, if we're lucky, we just got the Geist. We just got the Geist. Okay. Good. And now, we deal with it. Okay, let's go with Sky Shot. Okay, and now Sabile. Let's go with Tactical Retreat. Flesh Sacrifice. And boom. Boom. Oh boy. Okay. Tactical retreat. Let's get the high ground. And fire. And end. Okay, so now we're going to need to use one of our resurrection scrolls on Losa. Okay. And let's check this. Shadow Essence. And let's get Sabile closer. And we'll rest everybody up. Losa just needs a little bit more to top off, looks like. Okay, and you know what? Because we are on our last battle, potentially, let's go with finesse all around. And a point of necromancy for everyone. Well, everyone who can pick it up. Get that in combat healing. Now, we need to come over here. And we need to do a little bit of sneaky stealthing. Okay, so I'm going to press that space-time key again. And Sabile. Where's Losa? Losa is topped off. Okay, so Sabile. Let's check our path there. Sabile, teleport. Losa, there. Losa, stealth, like you mean it, girl. Okay. And let's get Losa over here. And then over here. Okay, one is up. Now, Sabile. Let's keep an eye on this. Teleport, feign. Feign. Stealth, feign. There we go. Okay, now let's head feign over here. Right over here. Okay, now I'm going to come over here and stealth so we get a look. Unstealth, teleport checkers here, checkers, stealth, there we go. And bring checkers over here.
Stay ready.
And no, don't do that, don't do that. Okay, Sabile. Let's switch characters before we try and move Sabile. Okay, we're going to stealth Sabile. This time we're just going to tactically retreat and stealth and get her right on over there. Okay. Now, I'm going to press our space-time key again because that takes a while to set up, as you can see. Gonna grab a Losa. We want to wait for this person to be a little far away. Okay, come over here. Teleport barrel there. And then go over there and stealth. Okay, so we got rid of that barrel. That's mainly what we were trying to do. It would have been nice to cover this access point, but that's not something we were able to do. Now, here we go. Everybody up. Who didn't make it up? No, you're good, you're good. You go there. Feign. Okay, and let the games begin. Well, since Feign hasn't broken cover yet, and neither has Losa, let's get a couple of free shots in. There we go. Now, okay, so we're gonna take Sky Shot. There's Alexander doing his Alexander things. Okay. Perfect. We're gonna drop her right on this barrel. That should slow them down. And now we can use up Flesh Sacrifice and get Seville over here, and maybe even still have a shot on Alexander. That's nice.
I sense something nearby.
Oh, hi. Well, Magister Assassin, are you all alone up here with us? Looks like you are. Okay, well, let's bring Checkers up here. We're not going to leave Seville down there, so we'll bring her back up here. And let's see. I think that's what we are going to do for the moment. Okay, Seville, go ahead and fire on the assassin. And Feign, grab this knight. And why don't you drop him over here in the oil? Okay, that being done, can we... The camera gets a little squirrely sometimes. Okay. Uh-huh. Ranger. Okay, well, in that case, we're just going to get rid of him and drop him on his buddy. Uh-oh. Uh-huh.
Do you see now? Your foul sorcery will be the death of us all.
Shut up and fight, Alexander. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what we want to do... Well, I suppose we'll just shoot Alexander. There's not much else she can do right now. And Fane, same thing. Okay. Now, you know, Alexander, no one likes you. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Why is Checkers so far back in the rotation? Okay. No. That's blocked by physical armor anyway. Okay, so we'll let her end her turn. And let's see, Fane. Okay. He's got a lot of armor to get through. Seriously? Oh. Okay. So, first things first. We're going to use some source and throw a shield up on ourselves. Next, let me look in our inventory. Don't have the scroll I'm looking for. I want to teleport Alexander off this position, but we're gonna have to just deal with him for now. Except we can use... I don't know if this will actually help her or not. Let's give it a whirl. Yep, it helped. Okay, finally. Teleport. Alexander. Perfect. Now, we need to get a bit more healing going on here. Let's get Sabile, or Lohse, I mean, a bit more healing. And who can we fire at? How about this Magister Knight? We really need to deal with that Ranger. Okay, Lohse. Use a bit of first aid on Sabile.
I'll yield to none.
And fire on this Ranger. Oh, I really despise Alexander. Just really do. Here, why don't you go sit on top of your buddy? And oh man, he doesn't have a shot on her. Oh, he doesn't have enough action points. Oh boy, I need to fix up my inventory at some point. Okay, restoration. Yeah, we'll hold off on that. Okay, Sabile. Flesh sacrifice. And fire. And fire. Guess she doesn't like Alexander either. Okay, the assassin is down. We're going to continue on this markswoman. Although I want to see, nope, that's not what I meant. Okay, I want to see who has their teleport ready. Fane and Lohse. Fane is diseased, but not petrified. So, Lohse, I want you to teleport this Magister Metamorph down here with her friends. And then, why don't you encourage the rest of us? Okay, and Checkers is now encouraged to shoot the Magister Markswoman. And Sabile, if you would be so kind, thank you. Now, we have no path to the metamorph, but we do have one to Alexander.
Hurts, doesn't
Fane, you come over here, buddy. Do me a favor and shoot Alexander. Okay. Our thoughts exactly, Drillworm. Firing on Alexander. Alexander gets a little bit of armor from Perseverance, so he's got 69 physical armor back. At this point, that's really not going to help him. And continuing fire on Alexander. And against Alexander, target down. Now, let's go for the Magister Knight. Okay, and in turn. Sabine is petrified. Knight's armor is down. Yep, and you're next. Magister Knight. Okay. Worm is down. That leaves us just the Knight and the Metamorph. Fane has no shot on him. Does have a shot on you. And in turn, Losa, if you'd be so kind. Don't mind that cursed blood there, Metamorph. Checkers. Continue fire on the Metamorph, please. Hi. Yeah. Why don't you just go right on over here, Sunshine? Play in the oil. You look like you like oil. And then Fane, if you'd be so kind, continue fire on the metal, please. And turn, Losa. Beautiful. And now back to the Knight. Okay. And that is that fight down. Whew. Alright, let's hook everybody back up. And take a moment's rest here. And Fane, if you'd be so kind. Because there's a chest back there. So let's come on down here. And like I said, if it so happens that interest is back when, because I'm sure it will.
Well, well, quite the mess you've made here.
Hi.
I'm Malady. And you're...
She steps forward, grabs you behind the neck with alarming strength, and pulls you close. She sniffs twice, her nose at your ear, then bites, piercing the lobe with a needle-sharp fang.
I don't have one of those.
Undead and godwoken. Well, now I've seen everything.
And you are?
I'm Malady, as I said. I'm here to help you get off this island. And you're what gets some of us out of bed each morning. What do you make of that?
Well, you know, I've seen and heard plenty of strange things lately. All I want to see is the picture behind the puzzle.
Well, first things first.
She peers at you closely, a knowing squint in her eye.
Tell me, which of those little gods did you meet? And what did they teach you?
Actually, I met Amadia, and she taught me how to grant blessings.
Her eyes go wide.
Go on, then. Show me what she taught you.
Well, I don't know how to say this, but I don't have any source that I could use to cast it.
Like that. Right, hold on, then.
She takes you by the shoulders and gestures for you to do the same to her. She closes her eyes, and a warm, soothing sensation runs from her hands into your body. Suddenly, you feel the familiar swell of source within you.
Wow. Okay. Summon the Great Well of Source and cast Bless on Malady.
Hey, that stings.
Oh, sorry.
She examines her hands, where the skin sizzles slightly beneath their newfound aura. As the spell fades, the skin heals once more. Her whole body seems to relax.
You really are godwoken. I'm happy. Oh, how unbecoming. Come then, we set sail, your destiny awaits, etc.
And what does that mean exactly?
You'll have to ask the Meister about that. She's dying to meet you.
Malady beckons you to the boat.
After you, darling.
If you choose to leave the area after this message, you will not be able to return again. Your open quests will be closed and archived. So, Malady, if you'd be a dear, could you wait?
As you wish.
Okay, we will loot the battlefield, as was our original intention. And then we will grab 24 gold, a pearl, and a medium healing potion. We will end the series for now. Like I said, or as I was about to say, if series interest picks up again, when the console release happens, I will be more than happy to pick this up because I absolutely adore this game. But with so few views, I need to cut back some series, and this is the most, well, the most likely. Let's loot Alexander. So we get a medium healing potion, Alexander's Journal. No one can understand the frustration and shame of being the feeble son of a formidable divine. I reach for the source within, yet that spring runs dry. Friedemann shows such patience, soothing me when rage threatens to overwhelm. His command of the source is astounding. He says my talents will soon burst forth, like a bound ogre breaking its change. How fortunate that Dallas does such a fine job of maintaining the divine order on my behalf while I study. Under Friedemann's tutelage, perhaps I will be godwoken in more than name. Okay, so we'll take that, and a magical wand of the lizard. An unidentified helm, unidentified belt, contamination skill book, 11 gold, and Alexander's cloak, 11 physical armor and 56 magical armor, plus 2 strength, plus 1 retribution, granting the skill blinding radiance. Take all. Looting the metamorph, we get crafting Bible part 14. See if we learned anything new. 5 new recipes, plus 49 gold. And once again, we need to pass things to our friends. Let's pass Brachus's armor. Just pass things all around here. Let's see. Let's see, who probably could use 2014, 31.6. Here, we'll let Losa wear Alexander's robe. There. Stylish. Okay. So, closing that. Metamorph. Oh, here's our... Where's the knight? Oh, he's up there now. The assassin. Poison cloud grenade. Magister knight. Nothing. Voidwoken drill worm. Has unidentified chest armor, unidentified helmet, unidentified ring, Heart of Steel skillbook, 20 gold, and small flame rune. Now let's see what all our unidentified things do. Identify. Robe of knowledge, 10 physical, and 51 magical armor. Wow. That's nice. Okay, the helm is 31 physical, 7 magic, strength, warfare, and necromancer. And yeah, we're putting that on. Strength 12. I don't know who else has strength 12 to play with. 16.3. Well, okay, let's see what this one is first. 17.12 finesse and geomancer. Well, that looks like something that Sibyl would like. And how about a belt? 24 physical, retribution, and critical. Sure, we'll equip that. And then we have an unidentified ring. 22 magic, huntsman. Wow, that one's pretty nice. So let's swap our ring of intelligence with that. And who doesn't have rings? You don't have a ring. Can't give you that one. You don't have a belt, so we'll give you that one. Okay, now there is one more little bit of loot in this area to check. We need to come over here. There are several other places that, as I said, we've kind of bypassed to do this, but... Oh, don't do that, guys. Come on. Okay, and tactical retreat. Boom. And well-worn chest has an unidentified spear, 44 gold, hail strike, small flame rune, spellcaster's fingers, and another magic ring. That should go to Fane. Take all. And we'll come over here. See if we can't ID this spear, even though we're a bit separated. Prong, 29 to 32 damage plus 2 finesse. Just send that to Sibyl for now. And tactically retreat back over to here. And there we go. We have basically fought our way free of Fort Joy. All we really would have to do to move forward is talk to Malady, and she would be more than happy to take us away. But as I said, we'll stay here, so that if our friends on consoles do find an interest in Divinity Original Sin 2 and would like to see more, well, we can talk about that in the future. Otherwise, for the moment, I would like to say thank you for watching. I hope you found the video entertaining and maybe just a little informative. I would like to invite you to subscribe, like, and share if you so desire, and to ask you, above all, to please take care. And once more, there won't be another Divinity Original Sin 2 after this, unless it's far into the future. So, just so everyone knows. Alrighty. You folks take care. Bye-bye.